Day 2 of the Rogue Invitational is now complete. We're going to talk about some of the details of the various events we did today. We had 3 workouts today. It was pretty hardcore. It was a long day. So follow along as we kind of go through what we got into at day 2 at the Rogue Invitational. All right, day 2 at the Rogue Invitational, 2022 Rogue Invitational. It was a long day. We started out with a massive rain delay. There was a huge storm this morning, and we got pushed back from I think we were sort of set for a 10 o'clock briefing start. Our briefing got pushed to about noon. So we didn't end up doing our first event until about, I think my heat started around 3 o'clock. So late start for when you have 3 events in a day, and made for a long day. It was a lot of sitting around waiting. We didn't have a lot of information because we didn't have any briefings yet for today's events. So we showed up to that noon briefing. We kind of got told that they were going to have rain contingencies for any of the workouts throughout the day, just in case it started to storm again. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. We got to do everything as written, which was really awesome. But yeah, I mean, it goes to show the Rogue team's doing a good job of kind of keeping everybody safe and keeping that a priority. So briefing was sweet. The Rogue briefings are fantastic. They take like 15 minutes. I feel like because it's a smaller group and it's kind of an invitational, everybody here has kind of been passed through the filter already. The briefings go really fast. They really give us the benefit of the doubt that we know what's going on, and there's not a lot of hand-holding going on. So it's nice, quick, sharp briefing. And they revealed for our first event, the ski bar workout, we were going to be doing bar muscle-ups on this thick wood bar. They were set up just outside the warm-up area. And initially we weren't sure what to make of it. Like, we thought maybe we'd do a strongman sandbag throw over, but kind of a lot of excitement around that because it's always fun to see a new thing come up. But that's what it ended up, is the 40 bar muscle-ups were going to be on like a 4-inch diameter wood bar. So immediately following the briefing, everybody was trying to give it a crack, trying to see if wearing grips was the best way to do it, if, what kind of a grip you could get on it. And it was tough. You kind of had to do this shrimp grip. And I think the first rep I did, I came up too fast. And when you come over the top without a thumb wrap, you can lose your hands over in this suicide grip. So I popped a hand off and just ate the stump right to the chest. So, it was going to be exciting. And I think anytime we know how good people are on bar muscle-ups, but when you change it up like that, it completely changes things, and it makes it a bit less predictable. So that event 2, my plan, I have a kind of slower GHD cycle speed than most people in the field, and at least most of the top guys. So I wanted to try to get out front on the ski pretty hard, really try to push my tempo on the GHD and challenge myself there, and then hold the ski at like a pretty solid tempo on the way back and get back to the bar with some kind of lead. Initially, my plan was to try to get back, do maybe 2 sets of 3 before anybody else got there, and try to break the elastic and then just sort of be on my own till the end. But the ski and the GHD really caught up to me. That aggressive start really caught up, and I was running out of pulling power, and I was running out of grip, and I was struggling on those last bunch of bar muscle-ups, and I got caught up by a couple guys. So kind of gave up a pretty big lead, which is unfortunate, but sometimes that's what happens when you're aggressive. And invitational events like this are a fun place to challenge yourself and try some things and see what happens. Overall, I was really happy with how the ski GHD portions went. And it was fine. I took a 4th place in that event, and that's a great finish. So that was a really fun event to start with. The ground was a little wet and soggy, so all the up down off the bar, we were kind of punching divots into the ground because it's not turf here, it's actual field. So we'll see what the field looks like tomorrow when it's all dry. It might be pretty lumpy. The ball teams might be not too pleased with us, but we had a lot of fun. Then we were on to event 2. So second event of the day was the back attack, which had a lot of back squats at 405 for the men, and that's heavy. A lot of us were feeling it in the low back and the legs today from the trail run. So that was the kind of event that I felt like, we have some guys in the field that can squat a house, and I thought there would be kind of a general group that would just be no questions asked on the squat, unbroken, fast, no hesitation, and then those guys you weren't really going to be paying attention to. And then there might be another race behind them of guys who are a little less confident on that heavy squat, but have to try to push a little maybe in the box. They again took some steps in safety there to make sure that the platforms wouldn't be wet, but I was super impressed. I just finished a big squatting phase, and I think some of my gymnastics suffered in the first event today because I haven't been doing a lot of high volume pulling or muscle ups or things. But boy, I exceeded my expectations on that back squat. I was thinking I might be fighting for a middle of the pack finish, and in the end I was able to snake Roman and Sam Quant for the 4th place finish in that event, which, I'm super pleased with. I don't think I had any business taking a 4th place finish in a heavy back squat event. So that was awesome, and it kind of goes to show that the things you work on get a lot better. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. It was a bit of a wash between events 2 and 3 today, but super pleased with that. And then it was a good way to build momentum going into the evening. But boy, it was getting late. We didn't start our last workout until 8 p.m. And knowing you're going into like an echo bike grind fest was not a good feeling. There was not a lot of energy in that warm-up area this evening. I feel like everybody was trying to do as little warm-up as possible and having trouble. The nervous system was a little fried from all those squats. So we went out and did the thing, and it was exactly what you thought it would be. You kind of had to pick a pace on the bike and be pretty disciplined there, and then get to the bar and be consistent. And it was just sort of a consistency workout. If you could be consistent in 5 rounds, you would crush it. And I had a bad mistake. I in the 4th round pulled up with the leaders, and then I maybe got a little excited, and in my last round of jerks, I did 5 instead of 6. I fully just brain farted, was thinking about that last round and that last bike and getting ready to kind of charge the last bit of the workout. And I just dropped the bar at 5, and my judge was looking at me like, what are you doing? And as soon as I let go of the bar, I knew. And I was like, no. And you got to then pick it up, just do a quick clean and jerk. And mentally, it sucked. It kind of put me back at 5 to 10 seconds behind the guys I was with. And then you had to try to push the bike to make up that time again, and fried myself going into that last barbell. So dumb mistake, probably cost me, in a tight finish like that workout was, probably cost me 2 or 3 places, but it happens. Overall, it was a really good day. Still all top 10 finishes on the weekend. So we're just gonna try to keep that rolling. I think this first 2 days is where a lot of the loading was. That run took a toll, those heavy squats take a toll, all those GHDs take a toll. So I think that today is where the body's really going to feel it. And then tomorrow there's a little more fun. I think we get to play on the monkey bars. We've got one unannounced still to come tomorrow. And then we get to finish with that strongman log tomorrow night, which is going to be really exciting and really fun to see who's got it, like who's got the technique and who's going to excel there, because I think that's another huge wild card. So far a lot of fun. It was a punishing day today, but all's well that ends well. We survive another one, and it's type 2 fun. You're always happy at the end of the day that it's all over. So onwards and upwards to tomorrow. Try to keep this train rolling, and I think I'm in 4th place overall by a hair, and we'll just try to keep that upward trajectory from 10th to 4th today. So not so bad. We'll keep that rolling, and then we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. We'll see you later.